My people, this is another video that will not die. This video is about a year old and people keep reposting it and I don't know why. The video shows an out of control group of African American people who appear to be in a church. And I want to show you the video and then I'm going to talk about the video, and hopefully when people post it you will tell them that, hey, this video is false, this video is not true, and to wake up and do your research. I mean, this video, when people see it, I mean, they say some of the worstest thing about black Americans. And the thing is, I don't care about the hate that other races give black America. I could care less. But I care about the hate within black America. So let me show you this video real quick. Alright, so you saw the video. You saw the young lady, gold dress, not gold dress, but gold bodysuit, red heels. Right? And it looks like a church. And the thing is, you have all these conscious black people, and I'm going to talk about them in a minute, who's just been reposting this video. You see all the negative comments about black Americans towards each other, how stupid we are, how we're going to hell, how, you know, everything you can possibly think of negative people say about us within our own culture. And this video isn't real. It's not real. Stop posting it. The video is a play. But let me tell you what I saw when I first saw it. Because if you are really a conscious African American, you know your culture. So when somebody shows you something that you know is not your culture, you immediately can tear it apart because it just doesn't look right. Unless you are not really a conscious black individual. So when I saw this video, someone showed it to me and they asked me for my, my thoughts on it. I said, okay, something's missing. Where's the baptism, where they baptize people at? Behind it. Every black church you go into, they have that area where you baptize black people right behind where the choir sits. This is a big choir and there's no place behind it. That's odd. I know black culture. Something should be back there. There should be a window with a stained glass, a cross or something. Nothing, not a plain wall. It doesn't make sense. So then, I kind of keep looking at the video and then I see, this woman is in here with this and we are not that far gone. In the mind of an uneducated person, yeah, we are. But for black culture and people who understand and know black culture, we're not that far gone. So her dress is out. Why does everybody have on black and she has on gold and red? Those are two colors that are to stand out. Something's wrong with this picture. I can tell you that. I mean, I didn't know what it was and I just knew something was wrong with it. And then you keep looking around, you say, okay, why does this guy have on one of those beanies, like a little white beanie on his head in the back? And why does this dude in the front have on one too? Something's not right. Black people wouldn't sit in there with hats on like that. Something's wrong here. Did my little research, which everyone should do whenever they see something negative against the black community, because 10 times out of 10 is false. And I found out that this is a play between Alabama State University and their rival university. Their rival university mascot died. And when his mascot died, they said that this is how how the funeral went. And this is how ghetto their rival university was. So they were poking fun. This is a joke between two universities that somebody who hated black people made a small clip and caused millions of African Americans to talk bad about the church and individuals who go to church, and they had nothing to do with this. And that's just so wrong for you to do, is to start tearing up your own people, especially when somebody outside your culture is the one who made this. Like, you didn't even question it. Which brings me to talk about now, and let me show you something. I want to show you the last part before I switch on. So here's the part again about them. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to show you the ending of it, because I slowed it down frame by frame. And I saw the mascots, caskets. If you look, there's a casket that has the mascot in it. Well, not the actual mascot, but you get the point there. It's not the dead animal, the actual dead mascot. It's the, they're just messing around. They have one there and they have one on the other side. This is just a joke, a play. It's like if you go look at something from HBO, it's not real, fools. Anyways, Take a look at it. Let me show it to you. Alright, so you saw it. You can go slow it down and look at it too. But if you're gonna, if you see anyone posting this, tell them it's not real. You know, don't sit there and let black people say all this negativity stuff about each other. I mean, we have to get beyond the hate on hate within the community. I could care less about what other people think about our community. But within our community, man, we got to stop this. And this is what I want to talk to you in this last little bit real quick. And that is about these people you follow on Facebook and all these other places who don't do their research. And I'm going to make a correlation with the church since I was just talking about them. And this is the best example I can give you. Prior 1950s, nobody wanted to be a pastor. They didn't make a lot of money, and they wasn't sleeping with all the women in the church. Being a pastor wasn't nothing spectacular. You had to be called by God because nobody really wanted to do it. It wasn't until 1978. What's 74? I think 78. One of the two. One individual did something in the church and it caught viral, just like this dumbass video. And it changed church up until what we have today, which is why a lot of people have broken away from church. I grew up in a church. That's why I knew when I looked at that, that wasn't a church. I grew up in a church. I don't go to church now because I've gotten tired of, you know, it got taken over and I just don't like it today. So I'm not in it. But I know when I see something if it's church or not. Anyways, make a long story short, 1974 and 78, this happened. And you had pastors popping up everywhere. I mean, you can find pastors come out of jail. The dude who got high off crack and passed out yesterday, wake up and say, God save me. I'm a pastor now. Pastors aren't called by God anymore. So anybody who grew up in the church can tell you the church is not the same when I was a kid. It's the same thing with Conscious Black. Conscious Black now, you can make money off of it. And if you can make money off of anything, you got all these people just popping up. I'm Conscious Black. I'm Conscious Black. I'm Conscious Black. When last week or last month it was Petey Bobo or she was Willie Foo, you know, and now they put on a dashiki or a African dress and they put on these black African medallion and put on a Muslim hat and a pair of glasses and they read some of these books I got up here and all of a sudden they can speak on black culture. Those are the ones that Fox put on their show and eat them to shreds. You know, if you don't do your research, you will be made a fool of. Just like everyone, all the millions of people who spoke negatively about our people for looking at this video, which was a joke. I mean, it had nothing to really do with anybody, but you stuck your nose in it and you didn't even do the research. I mean, this wasn't even a hard research. This is a simple Google, and you could have got the answers. I mean, people were still talking about how this was fake. But that comes from people, I hate to say it, that comes from fools trying to be wise. In closing, I want to continue talking about the people you follow. It don't matter what they're into, whether they're militant, whether they're civil rights, whether they're separatists, it doesn't matter. Somewhere along the line was a great leader that started that whole thing. And leaders have a certain level of class. People who go up under that is low class and is not a leader. You will never have a leader talk negatively or talk about an individual personally. That just shows you they're low class and they're not a leader. I find a lot of people who get to post and stuff and somebody will post something they don't agree with and then they'll say, hey, you know, you're a jackass. Or you're a dumb motherfucker, or you're a fool, or you're a sorry bitch, or whatever. Stand down. I see a lot of that now. No leader would ever say that. You can go back and listen to Malcolm. You can go back and listen to Malcolm was a militant. You can listen to Farrakhan. They have a level of class. They have an education, and they're charismatic. When I see a black person, and if we don't agree, I still try to get them to see my way, or either to get them to just listen to what I'm saying, because I want to recruit them in towards the cause, which is to stop oppression, to help our people. Just because somebody's telling me something, I mean, I cannot tell you one of the greatest things I've seen here lately. Dr. Umar Johnson was talking, and a black lady stood up who was pro-women's rights and a bunch of other stuff. He didn't tell her, bitch, sit down. He told her educational stuff. He told her He articulated, he told his points. He did what was right as a leader would do. Following these people who just take stuff, repost it, or people who are just trying to sell you some BS is a bad thing to do. Their information, you need to take it with a grain of salt. I see it all the time. And like I say, Conscious Black is coming up. People are making money on it. You're going to have an outside white company come in, and they're going to start taking over. I mean, you think about it. It's like even like BET. When BET started off, it was a good thing to look at. Now you look at it, it's horrible. You know, it's owned by a white company. Take the time to research stuff against African American. Don't just take it at full value. And if nothing else, when you see something negative, just be quiet if you're not going to correct it. But don't go and start insulting your own people. That's not Black American culture. It never has been, and today it still isn't. It's just an idiots that we need to get rid of. All right. I'm Kendrick Arte. I go by Kago. Hope you learned something, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one, my people. Let's do good, and we can all get better.